How to avoid scams when apartment hunting. Looking for a new place can be a stressful process, especially when properties are rare and the demand is skyrocketing. You might be competing with dozens of other applicants, and sometimes it's hard to know which properties are worth your time and which ones are not. In this video, I'm going to share the 10 most common red flags that you might come across when apartment hunting. Now, red flag doesn't mean scam, but if you come across one of them, you might want to pause and reflect on whether you want to move forward with this property or not. We are going to start with more subtle red flags and work our way up to things that scream scam. Red flag number 1. The property has been up for more than a month or so. If you find places like that, it can mean a few things. The most common reason is that the asking price is more than what people are ready to pay. It happened to me several times where, yes, the place was nice and I would have rented it if it was cheaper. This could turn into a good opportunity where you might be able to negotiate your rent, but this is for another video. Red flag number 2. If the photos show different versions of the same room, like a kitchen with blue tiles and a kitchen with red tiles, it probably means that the agent is advertising more than one place in the same ad. This isn't necessarily something fishy, but you want to be extra careful when you view the place and when you sign the lease, and you want to make sure that you and the agent are talking about the same place. This is a good example of an agent using the same listing to advertise different properties. As you can see on this first floor plan, we can see it is a 2-bedroom with a big kitchen and living area. Then there is another floor plan where there is only a kitchen living area, which is also a bedroom, even if it's not written. As you can see, it's a lot smaller, and it's definitely not the same property as the one before. So when they say £1,450 per month, which one are they talking about? Because there is no way they are the same price. Again, this is another one, which is a studio, and then another one, which is a very small 1-bedroom. So the listing says it is for a 1-bedroom flat, but on top of the 1-bedroom flat, they are advertising a couple of studios and a 2-bedroom flat. And if we look at the pictures, here we can see a living area that is both a bedroom and a living room because there is a sofa and a couple of beds. So I assume this is a picture from one of the studios and not from the 1-bedroom flat. Here we can see another room that looks more like a bedroom. And this is a living room. So I guess these two are pictures of the 1-bedroom flat. So this was just a way of showing you that you need to be careful when you read listings because you don't know what agents are up to. Red flag number 3. One of my biggest pet peeve, group viewings. I'm going to be brutally honest. You are not the agent's client. The landlord is. They are the one paying for a service, not you. Unless, of course, you do have to pay agent fees, and in this case, make sure you stay for the next red flag. So the only thing that matters for the agent is to make the landlord happy and to find someone who will pay them rent as quickly as possible. A lot of agents seem to believe that this justifies treating prospective tenants like dirt. And of course, from the agent's point of view, it makes sense. They only have to travel once, they only have to clean or make sure it's clean once, and they get to show the property to a lot of people in record time. But it is not okay. Deciding on whether a stranger's apartment can become your new home is a very intimate and emotional process. How are you supposed to envision your future living room when 20 strangers are also standing there, inspecting every single corner of the room? The short answer is it's not possible, and I have personally never found a good property during a group viewing. I know it's not always possible, but I usually avoid these agents like the plague. Red flag number 4. I can't speak for other countries, but at least in the UK, tenants usually don't pay agent fees. I studied hundreds of properties and I viewed dozens and dozens of places, and not one of them mentioned agent fees. So it is perfectly possible to find a place where you don't have to pay agent fees, so why would you? I would personally stay away from any ad that requires me to pay for agent fees. Red flag number 5. Sometime during a viewing, some parts of the apartment could be damaged or just extremely outdated. For example, a carpet needs changing, a wall is full of blue tack marks, or there is a door without a handle. And I can almost guarantee that if you point it out to the agent, they will say, "Oh yeah, don't worry, this will be fixed before you move in." I am not calling anyone a liar, But if you do decide to go for a place that has a bit of maintenance needed, make sure it is written in the lease. For example, something like walls in the master bedroom needs to be repainted in white to a professional standard before the beginning of the lease. Red flag number 6. Next red flag is an agent, or more often a landlord, being difficult about booking a viewing. If a place is advertised by a private landlord, you contact them to book a viewing and their communication is extremely poor, this is not a good sign. For example, one time I found a lovely house that met all my criteria. I contacted the landlord to request a viewing, and while arranging the viewing, they were a bit rude, like no hello, half-finished sentences, taking weeks to get back to me, and so on. After a few weeks of this nonsense, even though I still hadn't found a new place and the house was really lovely, I decided to give up. Because this landlord was giving off a bad vibe and I was worried about how they would deal with maintenance or issues in the place if we were to rent it. People like that don't deserve your time or your money. Red flag number 7. Next red flag is an agent asking for too many personal details even before a viewing. It is pretty common for agents to ask for information because they want to make sure that you are taking this seriously, that you can afford the place, because they don't want to waste their time. I have my opinion about such practices, but it is what it is. When you request a viewing, be ready to answer questions about your job, your salary, and even your relationship with other renters if you apply with someone else. It doesn't necessarily mean that it is a scam. However, apartment hunting can be a high emotion process because it involves something extremely personal, your home, high amounts of money, and sometimes rushed decisions. So if an agent is being too nosy, stop and think before sharing personal information. Red flag number 8. It could be that the apartment just became available and the agent is in the process of adding pictures. If you like some features of a pictureless property, like the price, the location, the number of bedrooms, you could save it and revisit it every day or so to see if they added pictures. But I personally wouldn't bother booking a viewing for a place that I haven't seen in photos. Red flag number 9. Next one is asking for money before viewing the place. This is a big no-no. I don't care how desperate you are, don't send money before you see 4 walls and a roof. I know it can be hard, believe me. I have been in a situation before where I had to apartment hunt from a different country and it wasn't easy. But there are alternatives, so never ever send money before the viewing. Red flag number 10. If the price is extremely cheap, especially with good pictures, you want to be extremely cautious. More often than not, if it looks too good to be true, it probably is too good to be true. For example, if you are apartment hunting in London, something advertised at less than £500 for a room in a house share or less than £800 for an entire property like a studio is probably not something that is worth your time. Anything below my price limit will either be a scam or a dump. Now, of course, these lower limit prices will depend on where you live, but you get the idea. If you come across an ad and think, I can't believe that such an amazing place has such a cheap rent, then don't believe it. By the way, if you want to learn more about how to set up effective filters when starting a search, you can watch this video next. I will share my exact step-by-step process. To recap, watch out for agents and landlords that are trying to take advantage of you, either by trying to rush your decision or offering a place that is below your standards or straight up disrespecting you. I hope that you found this video helpful. If you have any question about renting, let me know in the comments, and for now, I suggest that you watch this video next.